Hello, everyone. We'll get started in just a second here. Just another minute. Hope everyone's having a great night.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us.
All right, I have 9:30 Eastern time, so we'll go ahead and kick this off, everyone. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us here tonight and taking some time out of your evening to learn about a company and some products that have absolutely been an immense blessing to our lives over the last 7 years. And first, before we get into that, I want to share our story because I think sharing stories offer a new perspective and can be quite powerful. So. My name is Ray Allen. This is my beautiful wife, Samantha Allen. We live in Virginia Beach with our 5 children. And we met back in 2005 at the United States Naval Academy, where we graduated from in 2009. And after we graduated, when you graduate from a service academy, you owe the Navy or the Marine Corps some time in service for your education that you didn't have to pay for. So Samantha became a Marine Corps officer, would serve for 5 years, and I became a Navy helicopter pilot, where I would serve an active duty for 11 years. And for the first 4 years of our marriage, we couldn't get co-located together, meaning they couldn't get a station together. So what that meant for us was we spent the first 4 years of our marriage living in separate states and having our first daughter, Evelyn, along the way. And it wasn't until we're already married for 4 years before we even got to live together. And, it was during that time, through multiple deployments, through training trips, and not getting all of our time that we wanted to spend together, we realized that that wasn't the life that God had called us to. We got married for a reason to have a family and be with one another and love each other and raise our kids. And while we were grateful to have served our nation and had some incredible experiences with some of the best men and women this nation has to offer, we realized that, we wanted to move a different way for when we thought about our future. And, we were on our knees praying. We thought about all different types of options. We thought about, starting our own business, starting a franchise, looking at all different options for us to get our time back. Because as 2 officers, we made good money, but again, we didn't have our time, and we wanted to be together raising our family. So that was just over 7 years ago when this company that you're here to learn about tonight came and fell in our lap, when a fellow Marine actually gave us a call and introduced us to this company. And the rest is really history. So we are very passionate and have been immensely blessed over the last 7 years with the information you're about to hear tonight. And I just pray that our perspective, hopefully you learn something that can either help you, or you're going to learn something that can help, someone you know, love, or care about.
Absolutely. So we're going to get right into it. And I'm going to ask my husband here. He's amazing at technology, much better than me to pull up the slides. So
pretty high speed stuff here.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty. So welcome, everybody. Thank you so much. Again, as Ray said, we're just so blessed to have you here with us. And we are so excited for you to learn about LifeVantage. Definitely make sure that you thank the person who thought of you to invite you to this, because, whether you end up jumping in or not, you are looking at something that is going to make history. We've been a part of this for 7 years, and we feel like we haven't even gotten started yet. So it's really just a little bit of business here, just proper disclosures. Just the as independent distributors, Ray and I are Elite Pro 7s in LifeVantage, but we just want to make sure that you see this so that we can keep everything legal and squared away before we move on to our slides. So we're going to talk about flipping the switch. And so that is going to help you feel better so you can do more. And guys, what I want to talk to you about is the fact that we're being hijacked daily. In our society, we are being constantly hijacked by everything in our environment, from the food and the water that we eat and that we drink. It's filled with things like heavy metals and minerals and pesticides. Obviously, a poor diet contributes to our poor health, but there's a few other things that are hijacking our bodies. But the question that I would ask is why do we feel so bad in general? We live in a modern era with better access to information than ever before, but we are just not feeling well as a society. It seems more people are coming down with more and more diagnoses. It seems like people are more fatigued and in pain and just not feeling right. Lack of energy, lack of sleep, all these things are kind of plaguing us. And why are we not getting better? Well, it's because of the way that we're being hijacked by the very environment that we live in. So things like food, things like the environment, the air pollution, sun damage, household cleaners. Hopefully you're already swapping some of those things out for some healthier, cleaner options. But if not, and if you're using beauty products and all these other things that have harmful toxins and chemicals, these are just adding to all the different ways that our bodies are being hijacked on a daily basis. So even in your personal situations, you might have regular stress from your job or from your relationships, or like I said, you might be getting poor sleep. You might be overworked with the current job that you're working, or bad habits like smoking and excessive alcohol, or just being exposed to other people smoking. Things that there are things that we can avoid and things that we can't, but generally we're being hijacked on all different fronts in our life. The technology. Now, this is something that I think each and every one of us loves for so many reasons, but it also comes with a consequence. Our cell phones are emitting radiation that are toxic to our brains and to our bodies, changing our cells and changing our DNA, and it's really leading to major malfunctions in our body. But did you know that, sorry, my slides are going ahead of me here. Specifically, since the Industrial Revolution, we have added 85,000 chemicals to our environment. If you think about pre-Industrial Revolution times, we were living in a natural state. We were living off the land. We were, farming and eating good whole foods, and all of our meat was free range, and all of our fish was wild caught. And we were living in a very natural state. We didn't have air pollution. We didn't have all the extra stuff that we just described that we have in this modern society. But since that industrial era, we have just added more and more things that are damaging our bodies from the outside in every single decade. And it's only getting worse. In 2020, I think we can see that it's getting a lot worse than ever before. So you can do your best, to eliminate the toxic chemicals that are in your home, like in your beauty supplies or your cleaning supplies, things like that. You can eat all the best whole foods and as much, vegetables and berries and all that stuff. But basically what's happening is, even if you're doing your best, the environment that we're living in is kind of dimming the lights in your life. It's sort of just making your body slow down little by little and just break down and not function the way it was supposed to. And what does this end up feeling like? Well, it's things like decreased immune system, brain fog, sluggishness, bad mood or lack of motivation, increased stress, and fatigue. So what that actually is internally, there's something specific happening internally that is causing all of that to manifest on the outside. It's things like oxidative stress, which is basically when your cells have too many toxins that they can't get rid of. When you have mitochondrial decline. Remember in 8th grade biology when you learned about that mighty mitochondria that powers every cell in your body? Well, with all the toxic load in our environment, your mitochondria is breaking down. It's dysfunctional. And so that's what's causing us to feel generally unwell. Another word that you probably haven't heard of, I'd be really impressed if you had, is sirtuin activity. That is another function inside the body that's supposed to be working the right way. But because of the toxic burden, because of all this hijacking from the environment that we're living in, that's not operating the right way. And there's more things that are happening even with that. But if you could actually flip the switch in your body, like if you could flip a switch to start allowing your genes to work the proper way, would you want to do that? Would you want to know how to do that? Now, I would, but only with one caveat. I would want it to be natural. I don't want any sort of, I personally am not into any of the new genomic type stuff where they're talking about changing our genes or anything. I want to do things as holistically and naturally as possible. But if there's a way to get our genes to start working the right way again, despite the hijacking from our environment, then I definitely want to know about that. Well, there are a few switches fortunately, and we feel very blessed and grateful to God for putting them in our body, that exist inside of our body, specifically the NRF2 pathway. That's one of the major switches in your body that when you can activate that, your body can do amazing things. It's the pathway in our body that's responsible for making antioxidants. So instead of you constantly just taking antioxidants, like, taking a bunch of blueberries or taking that vitamin C pill, those are good things, but they're not good enough. They're simply not doing the job effectively enough. What would be better is if you could flip a switch and activate your own antioxidant production. That's exactly what happens when you take Protandim NRF2, which we call this little yellow pill. You'll see it's just composed of 5 herbs. And it is in one compressed pill. It's green tea, milk thistle, bacopa, ashwagandha, and turmeric. And those 5 herbs in combination do something very powerful. They flip that NRF2 switch in your body, turning your body into an antioxidant factory and reducing oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. Now, the information I'm going to share with you tonight about these products can be fact-checked. And I love that aspect. You can go to pubmed.gov to actually learn about that. And actually see the science, the independent peer-reviewed research that is on our products, especially Protandim NRF2. You'll find 26 peer-reviewed studies on PubMed. One of the studies from Washington State University about NRF2 says this. It says that NRF2 is likely to be the most important health-promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. Now, I get goosebumps every time I read that because I know it. I know it because we've experienced it for 7 years. But I love that in addition to our own observation and, testimonials, that we have hard science. We have empirical data that shows things like this little yellow pill actually reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. Things like Washington State University is saying. And if you're a science guru, go ahead to PubMed and check out those other studies. PubMed.gov is the National Library of Medicine. It is the biggest body of research, of medical peer-reviewed research in the world. And you can look up these things and find that Protandim has been studied by these places that you're seeing pop up here. Places like Virginia Commonwealth, Texas Tech, Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, Ohio State University. I'm saying them a little bit out of order, but you can check them out and read them on your own. It's really exciting, guys, and it's really what gives us that foundation and that ability to speak about these products with such integrity. So the cool thing is that once we realize with LifeVantage that you can flip one switch, the NRF2 switch, we also realize that there are other switches in the body that if you switch them simultaneously, you're going to have an increased health benefit. So specifically, they looked at mitochondria and sirtuin activity. They knew that as you age and as you're exposed to the elements, those things start to break down. So the mitochondrial basically, when mitochondria declines, it reduces the power of your cells. So it's going to make you feel not as energized, and it's also going to start to cause other issues inside of your body. So when you flip the switch on the NRF1 pathway, this is kind of a big word. It's responsible for mitochondrial biogenesis. That just basically means it's allowing your body to repair the damaged mitochondria and actually produce more healthy mitochondria so that your body is going to feel more energized and actually start to feel better in all aspects. So let me move on to the third switch, which is talking all about sirtuin decline. And this is kind of degunking the cell, okay? So when your sirtuins decline, it reduces your ability to remove the gunk out of the cells. And so it's, the body's constantly activating sirtuins and producing additional sirtuins, but it slows down over time. Again, this is not necessarily something that you need to study and be well-versed on. All you need to know is that with the environment that we're living in that is causing such a toxic load, it's literally causing all of our systems to break down and slow down, like that dimming of the lights that I talked about. But if you can flip the switch on these certain key pathways, then your body can start to function the way it was designed by God to do. So the NAD pathway is responsible for sirtuin repair. And when you flip that switch, again, with a couple key herbs and natural extracts, you're going to have the ability to feel more energized and improve your health and well-being. And in fact, I know one of the big buzzes these days is intermittent fasting, and a lot of people are doing it for weight loss effects, but also there's a huge health benefit with intermittent fasting. And what it does is it increases sirtuin activity. But intermittent fasting is not as effective as flipping the switch with your NAD pathway with Protandim. In fact, when you do intermittent fasting, it's only about a 94% increase of sirtuins. With Protandim, NAD synergizer, you're actually increasing sirtuins by 100% within the first 24 hours. So we're really allowing our bodies to gain that edge so we can feel better and do more. So when you flip all three switches at the same time, because you could choose these individually, you could just take one of, each one individually, but when you do them at the same time and you choose to invest in your health all the way, you're going to have an increased effectiveness. In fact, the data shows it. Again, what I love is that we have empirical evidence that these products are actually increasing and improving processes in the body in a very dramatic way. And when you take all three of these switch, activators together, you're going to have this incredibly increased effectiveness. So you might want to chat with the person who invited you to see, based on your budget, based on what you're looking to invest in your monthly health plan, what you should prioritize first. My personal recommendation is always the number one thing is that Protandim NRF2, that little yellow pill that we talked about. But if you could add on, you see here why it's so important to be able to do all three at once if possible. So are you ready to flip the switch? This will help support positive mood and motivation. You'll have healthy longevity and improve mental focus and concentration. You'll have mental and physical energy. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of times the reason that we're feeling tired is not just because of lack of physical energy. It's also our mental energy. Our brains are just so tired. But it also supports healthy inflammatory response and a healthy vascular system. So it's kind of working on all areas of the body at the same time. And honestly, in this day and age, that is exactly what you're going to want to do, because prevention is not only less expensive, but it's more effective. And I think it's very obvious that we're not getting much better these days with all of the modern medicine and all the modern information that we have. So why not try a natural approach? Why not try flipping the switch so that you can actually allow your body to repair itself and work better at preventing some of these major issues? So this is what it would look like all together. This is called the Tri-Synergizer. These are the three Protandim products that I just shared with you. They come in simple packet forms where it's all of the pills all in one little packet sleeve that is very easy to take, or you can get them in the separate bottles if you'd like to take them separately. So definitely get back with the person who invited you to ask more about that. It's super exciting. But also, we have basically expanded our line of products to flip the switch in different areas of our body. Okay, so we already talked about sort of that internal flipping of the switch, right, with all those different pathways for getting your health better from the inside out. But then there's also some external approaches. So you'll see our True Science skincare and our True Science hair care. That's more of the external way of flipping the switch. Because these same pathways actually exist, that NRF2 pathway exists in the cells of your skin. So with our True Science skincare, it is the same basic formula as Protandim NRF2 put in a topical version. And so your skin is now able to do what your body internally is doing with Protandim, but on the outside. So True Science skincare, guys, in addition to being one of the cleanest, most natural skincare lines on the market, it also has this patented NRF2 technology, which allows your skin to repair itself. And it's going to help with brightness of your face, reducing those visible lines and smoothing them out. But it really has so many benefits when it comes to just overall skin protection. I love it for protecting while you're in the sun. Not that it's an SPF. I'm not saying it's an SPF, but it just does allow your skin to have a natural protective barrier. And then for the hair care, a lot of us don't realize how toxic the things that we are putting on our scalp are. And the scalp actually absorbs things into our body 60% more than the rest of your skin. So the scalp is absorbing at a very fast rate. So it matters what you're putting in there, especially that close to your brain. You really want to be putting only the cleanest ingredients. So check out our True Science hair care, because it smells amazing. It feels amazing. It has incredible results. Ask for some pictures if you want to see some of the results that people have had with their hair just becoming thicker and fuller and shinier and just more manageable, but also without all the toxic gunk that is in a lot of these hair care systems. And guys, that pet tandem for dogs that you see on the right, that's just Protandim NRF2 for your furry friend. That is literally a chewable version of our Protandim NRF2 activator for your dog. And the reason that that's so significant is we know that our dogs age really fast and they are exposed to all the harmful toxins that we are, and then some. So you want to flip the switch for them too in their NRF2 pathway, make their bodies that antioxidant factory that they have available to them, and allow your dog to live a happy and full life. So the Axio drink, I have one right here, which is amazing because this is it's called Smart Energy, but I hate to almost compare it to an energy drink, because when you think of energy drinks, you think really unhealthy sugar, stimulants, caffeine, all that bad stuff. Axio is all of the mental clarity, mental focus, physical and mental energy, with really clean, beautiful ingredients that are so good for the brain. And it really allows you to flip the switch in your brain and start connecting those dots. So in the afternoon or at night, if you've got a presentation to do, it's going to give you that ability to kind of connect the dots in your brain without making you jittery, without giving you a crazy crash after a few minutes. It's just a nice, calming mental and physical energy, but without all the excessive jitters and crashes. And then, of course, we have the best probiotic on the entire market. You definitely want to check that out. It really allows that good bacteria to get all the way into the intestines where it needs to go, rather than just getting gobbled up by the stomach acid. And that's all about the BioTrack technology that's encapsulating the probiotic. Guys, if you've tried really good probiotics and you feel like you've already been using the top of the line probiotic, I kind of dare you to try this one and just compare it and see. Everybody who I know has been just blown away by the effectiveness of this. And we use it every day. We love it. The omega fish oil is the best quality source omega that you can possibly get. The really cool thing is that you can trace each bottle of LifeVantage Omega Plus to the boat that caught the fish. And you can actually, you can trace it so you know absolutely where it came from. And because of the way they extract the oil immediately, these are the freshest and literally best tasting. Now, I'm sure most of you are saying, yeah, right, a fish oil that tastes good. Guys, my kids literally bite into them. They think that they're candy. They're delicious and they're so good for you. And you definitely want to check those out for an awesome omega oil. And we have a weight management system. So flipping the switch in our weight management is all about getting a healthy gut, putting in a good prebiotic to set your gut in a kind of put in that good fertilizer for your gut, and then a really good healthy fat burn product. Again, it's not about heating up temperature of your body. It's not about doing anything unnatural. It's about converting your those stubborn fat cells to good energy and doing it naturally with some really amazing natural ingredients. And then a whey protein that is delicious. It is, a nice, could be used as a snack or as a meal replacement if you add some other things in there. Just really good, clean products, guys, for the whole family. The thing that I love is that we use these products every single day in our home. Just about our whole family does. Our kids love the Axio, and we even give them half a pill of the Nerf 2 Protandim. Like I said, they already take the fish oil. We all use the skincare and the hair care. Again, the skincare, I use it on my brand new 11-week-old baby. I use the facial cleanser as the cleanser for my baby, and then I use the perfecting lotion and the cream. It's so gentle as an all-over moisturizer for even my brand new baby. So if it's good enough for a baby, guys, then you have to understand these are such good, gentle, clean ingredients. So I would love if we could kind of dive into a little bit of the opportunity side of this, because if you want to be a customer of these products, It's very simple to do so. Get back with the person who invited you here tonight, thought of you, and just see how simple that is. You can easily have LifeVantage send you these products. You can stop and start at any time. There's no crazy commitments or anything. And you can get a really good discounted price just by signing up for the monthly subscription. But again, you can cancel anytime, you can extend it. You're not locked into anything long-term. And you can also, if you love these products, you can actually get a discount on your products by referring them. So get back with the person who introduced you to see how you can use these products in your daily life. But, I think we would be remiss if we didn't share with you a little look into why this could be an opportunity for you and your family. Because it's been, like my husband Ray just said, it's been a huge blessing for us. And so we would be remiss if we didn't share with you at least a little look into why this could be a blessing for you as far as an opportunity goes. And I think he's got that 11-week-old baby here with us. So I think that's where he went to go grab him. So I'm going to turn it over to Ray now, and he'll share with you.
And I'm back. Sorry, with 5 kids, 8 years to 11 months, you stay busy, but that's why we're so grateful that this company came into our life, this opportunity. And, when we were looking at, I alluded to it before, but when we were looking at different ways to sort of, transition away from the military so we could have more time together as a family, we looked at a couple of different things. And one of them were trends. And when we looked at the trends, I mean, it's just as true today as it was then, but do you think there are people today who are very interested or concerned with their health? I mean, take a look around, right? That's a no-brainer. And partnered with that is you see in market research shows that there is over a 60% increase in wellness sales in just over the last 8 years. So it's clearly booming trends. And then you take a look at the products that Samantha just talked about. We have a cutting edge, first to market in several different technologies and products in an over $500 billion market. Okay. So we have something for everyone in this space. And, when we looked at it, the products made absolute sense to us. The trends were a no-brainer. But when we looked at the business model and the way it built, it fit us perfectly, guys. And I believe that it is a perfect model for American families. Number one, you can work from home or anywhere. Does that sound attractive today? People are forced to work home already, you know what I mean? And this is an opportunity for people to realize that, you don't necessarily have to be tied to your primary job. There are other things you can do in congruence with what you're doing now at the same time. And, as a military family, we traveled all the time. I deployed a lot. I was on training trips. We moved many different times. And we took this business with us everywhere we went, which was an absolute blessing. Another thing we looked at, I alluded to it before, we were looking at different types of businesses, whether it be, franchises. We have family members who own traditional brick and mortar businesses. And we looked at all the stress that comes with having overhead and inventory and employees. And we looked at this model and realized, man, we don't need to have all those stresses and headaches. We only have to wear one hat, go out and talk and spread the good news that is, LifeVantage and our products. Another thing I loved was the low entry costs. Some of these franchises out there, you're talking tens to hundreds to potentially $1 million to start a franchise in the United States. So it can be very, very difficult to raise capital to do that. And what we did with our low barrier of entry and our small investment 7 years ago allows us to live a lifestyle today because of the work we did over the years. And it's, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
We call it a freedom lifestyle.
Yeah. Another reason why it's a perfect model is, we have just launched an incredible app with our company as well too, a LifeVantage app, which allows for social sharing. Everyone knows the world's all over Facebook, Twitter, maybe Parler, maybe some of these other things. But, people love to share information through social media. And this is the perfect social retail model for that. Again, the convenience of being able to share products through a personal online store. Everyone's very accustomed to shopping on Amazon and online shopping, and we have that functionality with going hand in hand with sharing these products. Being paid right up front, that's one of the things that people were so drawn to Uber with. We took the Uber model and applied it to the wellness industry, being able to get paid for the work you do immediately. And then the travel, guys. I mean, not only the travel to events and training, which is also going to support you and help you grow your business, but I mean, over the last 7 years, we've been flown to Mexico a couple of times. We've been flown to Salt Lake City, Utah. We've been flown to Ireland. We're going to Marco Island next month in 2 weeks here. So the company spurs no expense with some of these incentive trips as well. And I want to talk about this because, obviously, it's been the trends made perfect sense to us. The model was a no-brainer as well once we got down to that. But there's also an incredibly lucrative and generous back-end compensation plan that our corporate has put together and developed over several years. And this is our average annual earnings disclosure. So you're going to see the average monthly commissions at each paid rank. And I want to bring to attention three different ranks. The first being that Pro 3. This is the foundational rank in our company. And you can see the average number of months to achieve this rank for those who do is 8 months. And you take a look at the average monthly commissions at that paid rank, $626. That's a really nice car payment. Or maybe it's a student loan debt, or maybe you're putting money away to pay off debt to become more financially free, or maybe you're putting $626 into a market or investment account. But that's an additional $626 a month that you're earning through leveraged income that you're doing still while still working whatever it is you're doing right now to provide for your family. So that's a very nice income. The next rank I want to point out is right in the middle, our Premier Pro 5 rank. At this rank, you are making an additional $3,100 per month. Guys, that's over $36,000 a year, okay? That's a really nice mortgage payment. That is knocking down serious debt or putting some serious money away on the side for family vacations, renovations, additions, or just putting it away for an emergency fund. It's a crazy world right now. But that's another $36,000 a year, and you're not quitting your job. This is done, we built our business over 7 years in the nooks and crannies of our lives. Our goal was to be the next rank, which is Elite Pro 7. You can see, which is where we are right now, about to hit Elite Pro 8. You can see the average monthly incomes at this rank, guys, is over $13,000 a month. That's over $160,000 a year. So that's full-time money. I don't care really where you are in the country, $160,000 a year, over $13,000 a month is full-time income. And it's allowed us at the age of 33 years old, when we hit that rank, to be able to be home with our 5 children, to walk away from a successful Navy career prior to retirement, because it allowed us that freedom through this leveraged income. And again, that's why I say this has been such an immense blessing for our family, because we get to be full-time parents together, raising our children together, homeschooling our family together. And I couldn't be more grateful to this company for that reason.
One thing that we feel like, when you have that time that you can put into your family and to your local community, you can make such a big impact in the world. Because the more, it's one thing to make a lot of money, but if you don't have the time to spend with those that you love and care about most, you really can't make as big of an impact. So that's been an extra special blessing for us, as we see the impact we're able to make in our own home, being around our children all the time. And then we see the impact it's having, it's a ripple effect that it's having out in the community and in the world. So we want that for more people to have that time and financial freedom or stability.
Absolutely. And, when you take a look at, what the next step is to get started with this business, right? There's, you get in where you fit in, bottom line. You can start anywhere from $50 to $1,250. And, the reason why we picked the $1,250 kit is because we wanted to be in integrity. We wanted to be using all the products so we can then go out and say and speak with integrity about the products and our experiences with them. We also have a large family, and we use all these products, like Samantha said, every single day. So for us, knowing that we wanted to make this a full-time, replacement income, it made absolute sense to get the larger pack, the platinum pack. But again, bottom line, get in where you fit in, because this opportunity is for everyone. And, you're probably asking yourself right now, if you are looking at this from a business standpoint, can I do this? And guys, the answer is yes. We've been in this business for 7.5 years. We built our business while both full-time active duty with a bunch of kids, going through multiple deployments all over the world, going through training, moving a bunch of times. If we can find the time to do this in the nooks and crannies of our busy lives, you can too. And it's not just, military people doing this, right? In the last 7 years, we've met people from every walk of life you can possibly imagine, every different socioeconomic background. We have military people, truck drivers, like school teachers, literally Amish folks. Some of our closest friends in this business are Amish, people with PhDs, people who don't have GEDs, and everything in between. And that's another reason I love this company and I love the cultures, because this opportunity is for anybody who wants to make a change in their life and wants to go out and bless more people's life. And the company's only gotten better over the last 7 years. the support we have now, the systems we have to help you build your business brick by brick, the app I mentioned earlier. This program, this opportunity has only gotten better, and it's still a secret, guys. And what I want to talk about, I love our company more than anything. I am so proud to be a part of it. As a publicly traded company, you can go up, do your research. It's a publicly traded company, so it's open kimono. You can go check it out. There's a lot of great things here. Ringing the bell on the NASDAQ. All these incredible things happening with our company, over the last 7 years. But I got to tell you, we're in all these different countries now, growing like crazy. But I got to tell you, the thing I love most about our company, it's great. We have incredible products. They pay us incredibly well to go out and share this. But the culture at our company is second to none. And I don't say that lightly. As a former naval officer, and Samantha being a Marine, we don't take culture lightly. And I say it, the culture in this company is second to none. And every step along the way, this company, the corporate leadership, and everyone involved has always done the next right thing. And it's one of the things I love most is everywhere we go. I talked about some of the incentive trips we've been on, whether it be Mexico, Ireland, Marco Island, all over the place, California, Utah. Every time we go somewhere on one of these trips, we take a minimum of a day and go out, impact the community in some way. These particular pictures up here, we're there. That was a trip to Puerto Penasco, Mexico, back in 2017, where we went down and built several houses for these underprivileged families in Rocky Point, Mexico. And I got to tell you, we brought our oldest daughter with us that trip, and she was 5 at the time. And to see and to offer that perspective to your children, the way some people live and the gratitude she came home with, but not only the gratitude she came home with for what we have, but the perspective to go see, the conditions in which these people lived and the gratitude that these families had for these houses that we built for them. That's not something that we could replicate in any school or anywhere else, but we were able to show our daughter that. And it's something that we are incredibly proud to be part of, when we're incredibly proud that our company does this year in and year out. And this is just a snippet of all the good work our company does all around the world, in addition to sharing these products and helping people, earn financial freedom. So I couldn't be more proud to be part of it. So, where do you go from here, guys? Well, first off, I want to thank you for being here. World's a busy place. You guys took time out of a busy night and a Thursday evening to spend some time with us. So the next steps are simple, guys. You either need more information, get back with the person who invited you to be here and get your questions answered. Get connected to someone on the team who can help you out. If you're ready to become a customer, let the person know and have them help share a cart really easily through their app right directly to you. Or you see the vision here and you're ready to join the team. In which case, get that enrollment in and we'll get you started right away through our app and our launch guide and get you rolling through our ITT process. But either way, I just want to thank you for your time tonight, and good night and God bless.
Bye-bye. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.